Hello, this is Anand with another video on Azure SQL database, and in this video we're going to talk about what is Azure SQL Elastic Pools. Now, Azure SQL Elastic Pools are database elastic pools that are a simple, cost-effective solution for scaling multiple databases when you have unpredictable and variable usage demand. So here from the picture, you can see that it's a pool of resources that can be used for multiple databases at the same time. So if you have a big organization and there are many databases, there is a requirement of many databases in all large organizations, telecom, hospitals, airports. There are many applications that have their own databases. So instead of creating just one single database, you can create a pool of resources that can utilize that can be utilized by multiple databases. So there are three purchasing models: basic, standard, and premium. And here the difference is the shared use of EDTUs, which is elastic database transaction units. So here with the basic you can get up to 5 EDTUs per database, and here you can use 100 EDTUs per database, and here 1000 EDTUs, and obviously the price will be different for each. So let's jump into Azure portal and see that how we can create an elastic pool. So all you need to do is go to Azure portal and search for the word elastic pools, and within the elastic pool all you need to do is to create an elastic pool. So far we don't have any elastic pool, and remember that we need to create a pool of resources. What is the pool of resources? CPU and memory that can be shared between multiple databases. So here my region is already selected, IT. You can change it to any other region. Here I'm going to name this as so I'm going to call this 360 cloud elastic pool 01. And here definitely, since it is an elastic pool of resources, we will be using one of the servers. If you don't have a server, then we can create one. In our case we have one. If you don't have any server, then you can create a server by this will be a logical SQL server on which the elastic pool will be based on. So you can enter the server name, and just like you create any other VM, in my case I already have a server. You can create a server if you want. It's really easy. You just need to provide this information. Server will be created. So here you can also so what type of resources would you need? And this depends on planning and design you're doing. So for example, if you have 5 databases, you can get a basic plan. If you have 10 databases or near to 100 or near to let's say if you have if you're planning to manage like 10 to 15 databases, and that will depend on then how much resources they would use. You can buy different plans here. So if you want to change to the plan, you can go here and change from basic to advanced to premium, and you can go with EDTUs, or you can go with the vCore purchasing option as well. And in order to get more details, you can look at the first SQL video. I've explained that in there. So for now I'm going to just go with basic plan. So I'm going to go with the basic pool settings, and here you can see the cost. Even if you go with the basic, you will be charged 103 per month according to the use. I'm going to go with the basic here, and we don't need any tags. So review and create. So the deployment is in progress. I'm going to pause the video. Once it is complete, I'm going to continue recording. So the deployment is completed. It took few minutes to complete. You can go to the resource right from here or from here, and you can pin it to the dashboard as well, just for frequent use. So I'm going to pin it in the dashboard, number 1, and I'm going to go to the resource. And how do you look at the dashboard? If you need to go to the dashboard, and we pin services to the dashboard that are most frequently used, so you can go from here. And so once you're in the elastic pool, here if you go down here, it will show you the basic information, and you can go also to quick start. And within the quick start, you can use the same services in order to connect to the database. You can also connect using this SQL Management Studio. You can go to configure, and in here it will show you the plan that you have purchased for this, and you can change the plan anytime. And within database resource utilization, here it will give you the graph that how much resources are being utilized by other by all of your other databases. Now, in order to create a database within this Elastic Pool, you can go to Overview, and within Overview, you can go to Create Database here. And in order to, so let's say we created this Elastic Pool for an organization that has multiple databases in multiple departments. So for this database, I am going to basically create a database for finance app DB. So this database is for finance app DB, and so in the networking we don't have to do anything at the moment because we need network firewall permissions from on the server level that we already provided in video number 2. You can go to video number 2 to fulfill the requirement of connecting to the database. So here I'm just gonna create, we don't need anything extra on this. So one database is being created, and once the database is created, then we can create another database as well. So it's validating, and the deployment is in progress. I'm gonna go back to the dashboard and connect to the Elastic Pool, and within the Elastic Pool I am going to create another database. So the second database is for our call center app DB. So in here we can go to in this and create a call center app DB, and this database we are going to create. So once this database is created, we can see that we can manage the database from either the Management Studio, from PowerShell, or directly from Visual Studio within the application. So the database deployment is succeeded. I'm going to go back to the Elastic Pool and go to Configure. So in the configure we can in the configure we can see the plans here, and so let me see if we can create these. So here I have this one database within the database utilization plan, and with this database, once the second database is created, and it will show us that which database is using more EDTUs. So if you connect to this database here, this is like the normal database that we created earlier in video 3, and here you can set server firewall. You can connect with the database using the Studio or the Visual Studio. This is the programming which the enterprise application programming tool where you can create applications, web application, mobile application. You can connect through both of them here, and in the set firewall rule, you can set firewall that from which places this database can be connected to. So for now, my client is already given this IP address because we provided this IP address. On the server level in video number 2. But if in your case you've just created this Elastic Pool and you haven't provided access to your SQL Server, you can click here at add client IP. You will get this. It will be automatically configured, and you can save this. I'm going to discard this because I've already got this access. Without this setting, you won't be able to connect to the database. Now I just wanted to make sure if the second database is created. I'm gonna go here, and we are going to just check that out because we created 2 databases, and so the second database I'm not sure if I saved it properly. What I can do is I can go back here, and within this, so far it seems like only one database is created. And what I can do is I can also go to database resource utilization, and in here I can only see one database. So here I can connect to our management studio. You can download it by going to the quick link within the server, SQL Server, and here you can actually refresh this. So if I was previously connected to this, so I suggest that in order to understand SQL database management, you go through all the previous 3 videos as well. So these are very quick videos, and you need and complete the lab. This will give you confidence working with database. And here I can see in the management studio both databases. This is a single server, single database, and here this is the second database that we created as part of the pool. Now in here, I think the second database that we created was not created since probably I didn't click the create button once the validation was completed. I'm gonna create that again one more time. But here the important point is that in a single database is a single database, whereas where you cannot create multiple databases to that. But in here, and something is not right here, so create database, and when you create a database, it is providing us this wizard. Call center app DB create. Oh yes, probably last time when I did that I didn't click the create button to start the deployment. So in this case the deployment is being done, and in few moments it will be completed. So it is created, and I'm gonna go to the resource, and here this is the I mistyped it. It's call center app DB, and that's fine. We can go back to so this is that DB. I can go back to the studio and refresh this. I should be able to get another database. So the 2 databases that we see here is finance DB and the call center DB are part of the elastic pool, whereas the first database is just a single database, and they're all hosted on this one logical server. So here, and so we can see these 2 databases, and we can go back here and go to the elastic pool in order to basically, I'm gonna go back to the dashboard, go to the elastic pool. You can also go to the elastic pool from the search, and here you can see the resource utilization for both databases. It will give you, so this database, and it's using these eDTUs, and by this you can basically know that how much other databases can be accommodated in this, and you have alerts, metrics, and just like all other resources within Azure. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in another video.